Alright, now that we saved our game, we'll talk to Sister Eugenia.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
Just tell me everything you think is relevant, so I don't have to ask you all these weird questions.
I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas, I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us, or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later, but first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to, but I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
I imagine someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
Thank you. I will let you work.
Oh, Brother Virgil. What you doing?
Greetings, de Sardet. I am handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Did he say greetings to himself? Greetings, Desarde. Are we talking to ourselves now?
According to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really.
No.
What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit.
It is the
All
lure
that
of
matters
knowledge.
to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
Do you think the culprit could be a native?
Of course.
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't many other settlers around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Okay.
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I might have dozed off just a bit.
The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things. I will leave you to your work. Goodbye.
We know what the tablets were. We don't need to look into it any further. It'd be ridiculous.
There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
Brother Virgil can't have cared less about these relics. He must have fallen asleep on duty. And then, someone must have just stolen the keys from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
So, we have to find their accomplice, the one that informed them, and who must be in the village.
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Alright, let's go talk to the chief. He is not the chief. I think the chief be down here. Yo, chief. Hey, look, the chief has things we can steal. He is a proper chief after all. And we'll take this one. Well done, chief.
Hello.
Oh, that's a cool mask.
I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello, Desarde. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logaed Blau. I did not know that.
Not exactly.
What do you want from me?
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
One of the theologians told me that you had helped them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Teleme, and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
The priests told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone. Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course. And the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men. Perhaps wiser than they are.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
Okay. So that really didn't go the way we planned? Let's go back and talk to this guy and see what he has to say. I'm guessing nothing more than he originally had to say. I don't know.
Father,
I'm glad to see you, my child. What can I do for you?
I must leave you.
May the enlightened...
Let's look at the quest. Learn of the story about... Oh, okay. We didn't ask him enough
Father,
questions, apparently.
Tell me about how you created this village.
We did not create it from the ground up. It was built around an existing native village. The islanders called it Vigsenagad, which translates to the village of the old sage. We saw it as a sign. The natives had probably chosen this name in memory of Saint Matthias, and everything here fit the description of Saint Lucius. The discovery of the tablets proved us right. So, we decided to rebuild our Eden here, in the spirit of peace and harmony which is described in the scriptures.
Why share this village with the natives?
To replicate and resume the work of our founder, of course. If he came here and managed to convert the natives, then it is our duty to do the same thing.
Yeah.
By living side by side with them, it is much easier for us to pass on our teachings.
Or force on our teachers, or teachings on them.
How well do you get along with the natives who live here?
Very well, of course. Especially since those who opposed our presence left.
Left? To go where?
Oh, to other villages, I imagine. Does it even matter? Those who stayed are on the path of enlightenment. Some of their legends must have been about Saint Matthias. That helped to convince them.
And lastly...
And how well have neighboring villages welcomed you?
With some reluctance, to be perfectly honest. So, we sent them missionaries.
To convert
them.
them.
There are still frequent conflicts with the village of Vedlug, a highly violent village of heretics. But the other villages, the more peaceful ones, are slowly starting to listen to the sacred word.
There is something strange here.
It often takes time for the people of the continent to get used to our paradise, but I am sure you will come to appreciate it.
I must leave you. Goodbye.
May the enlightened always keep you.
Yes, yes, yes. Blessings be upon you, and blah, blah, blah.
Can I ask you some questions?
Of course.
Of course.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them.
No kidding.
They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
And we did, to get them to tell us what we wanted.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful. Thank you. I will let you work.
And last but not least, we get to talk to
Hello,
the
brother.
neglectful Brother Virgil.
Desade, is that you? Do you need anything?
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it.
Doubt anyone accepts it.
How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly. Most stubborn against our teachings, the warriors, and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved nothing but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course. I will leave you to your work. Goodbye. I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told. But I must admit that, despite these few alterations to history, the result is astonishing. Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
Yeah, so you're beginning to understand perhaps why I despise Ptolemy.
You have returned on Manawi. Do you need something else?
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right.
Oh,
The
you're lucky.
Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer. I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village. He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple when it comes to her son. I have to go.
Like so many
Oh, shut up. Oh, Vindwall. Where are you, Vindwall? You've got some splaining to do. Oh, Vindwall. You got some splaining to do.
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bertia Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
Liar.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
So you're admitting that you did it.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Ptolemy is to give the priests their tablets back. So, if you don't want your son to suffer their wrath, It would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the Exiles are hiding in the woods, beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the path on the left. It is riddled with traps. And please, do not hurt my son.
Okay, well, we'll take the path on the right. Wherever that's at. Alright, survey says it's over here.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
It's popped up out of the ground.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Get that one.
Let's see if you can ward off
Come on,
this
get
fight.
it. That's right. I got no armor now. Oh, ring around the rock. Pocket full of rocks. Ashes. Alright. Let's go north. And then we'll go west. Do not take the path to the right. On the left. It seems it's not just riddled with traps, it's riddled with bad guys.
Poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Oh, crap. Ow.
Let's see if you can ward off this fight. Take a potion if you want to cast more spells. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Kill these things.
Move away.
Damn it.
Things are about to get dicey.
Kill it.
Take a
that
potion
thing.
if you want to cast more spells.
Trying to kill me.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
There you go. It has no health.
Let's see if you can ward off this.
No. There we go. Alright. That. Yeah, we need to... I think there may have been another one back here. We're gonna go look. I don't know if this was one of those. So there's a mission for us to destroy something, like a nest or something. I can't remember if this was one of them over here or not. We'll see. It doesn't look like it. There's like one over here, and there's one up here. We'll skip going to see the natives for a moment, see if we can track down this other nest. Yeah, here it is.
If you want to cast more spells.
Oh, that thing's got a lot of armor.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are...
Okay. I'm pretty sure that there is a nest right here. Explode, and that is the end of the quest. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Bob's your uncle. Alright, that's done. Now we're gonna head over here. Said, take the path to the, don't take the path on the left. Okay. So we'll go this way and take the path on the right. I'm guessing that's what she meant. We'll see. There's the other quest that's out here, the other mission that's out here, sorry. I think the thing's up in here. We're gonna skip that for a second. I don't think this is what she meant. I think she meant in the circular area, go to the right and not the left. That would make more sense.
Here's the place that Vindwal indicated. The exiles must be near. Don't worry, we'll be discreet.
Will we?
And if I remember correctly, we should avoid the path on the left.
Do it! What are you doing here?
I'm not
I
here
thought
to
we were
fight
going to be
you,
discreet.
but I must retrieve the tablets of Saint Matthias.
What? How do you know we have them? And how? Not for thee. We will not give them back. We lost our homes and families, so the priests lose their sacred stones.
They're gonna kill your mother.
I know that you are seeking vengeance, but the priests will not be the only ones to suffer the consequences of your actions. Your mother helped you, and once they find out about it, she will pay the price in your place. Is that what you want?
They will not suspect her. She's helping them in their research. And even if they found out, they wouldn't hurt her. You are wasting your time.
Perhaps I could do something for you in exchange for the tablets.
You are a Renaigse. You cannot help us.
I am also an Onol Manawi. So?
We want to join the Sengeden Anadas, Deirdre's clan. But she only accepts warriors, and not all of us are warriors. Give us a family and a home, and we will give you back the priest's stones.
Very well. I will go and see her. I hope that we manage to convince Deirdre.
Especially considering she isn't exactly known for a friendship towards strangers.
Alright. Well, we failed our charisma check, and I don't want to threaten them, because threatening them generally leads to a loss of reputation with the natives, and I really don't want to lose reputation with the natives. So we'll go talk to Deirdre. And before we talk to her, we'll save, so that if we have to convince her, we can at least try to do it with a little bit of charisma. Alright, Q to travel, and retrieve the tablets. Where is Deirdre at? Her village is where? Oh, she's down here. Okay. Alright, well, let's go play around in the swamp a bit, because I'm telling you, that quest is completed out here. Or that mission is completed out here somewhere. Well, not there, though. And there's a bunch of stuff to kill in the swamp. Oh, look, a puppy.
Then let's go!
We'll let its armor wear off since it has 7,000 freaking health.
to cast more spells.
You're running out of energy.
Couldn't have just run up on it and smacked it before? You had to let it get to me and knock me down, teach me a lesson?